go live on cable right at 7. We actually can switch over. That's an 8-minute, that's a 7-minute delay, so don't go by that. I think it's 7 minutes. Don't trust that. Go by your watch or that. That says it's already
7.
7 o'clock. New phone. It is 7 o'clock.
It is.
That looks like it's fast, doesn't it? Well, if you want, you can start. We're hot. We should be live. Let's bring him down.
Testing, 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 1, 2, 3. What, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Live. Welcome, Oregon Panther fans. We're back here tonight to have the Oregon varsity volleyball girls take on the Baraboo Thunderbirds. The Panthers are back to you this evening. We got you back this week. We're looking forward to another strong competition. The Oregon Panthers, I haven't kept track of all of it, but we got glad to have everybody back out on the courts once again. So I want to let you know that OCA Media Sports is proud to bring you this exciting Panther volleyball match. Tonight, we are at the Oregon High School in the gymnasium, the awesome facility that it is, to host the Baraboo Thunderbirds, and going to take on for the Oregon Panthers. I'm Mark Miller with OCA Media. Filling in for a little color for Mike Stapleton will be joining us after he does his announcements for the in-person attendance here. So he'll be bringing on a lot more content than I'm going to be able to bring to you. But tonight, I'd like to let you know that OCA Media is proud to bring you this video broadcast because of our sponsors: Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, and the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Join them today and help out our sports, support the sports of our athletes in Oregon. And also by the Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. Oregon cares. So thank you again for joining us. We're really proud to be able to bring you these live broadcasts. OCA Media is covered on our website, ocamedia.com, and also covers our YouTube channel. So check out today's this broadcast, which is a broadcast live on YouTube, but it's also rebroadcast and available to be able to look at past programs. But OCA Media brings a lot of community activities, certainly all the school activities, everything from high school all the way down to the younger kids, but also covers a lot of community activities, which include the school board meetings and some of the committee meetings, as well as the village board meetings and some of those committee meetings. So pay attention to your community and join in. So this game is brought to you by the support of Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, Oregon Athletic Booster Clubs, which is join our team today, as well as the Oregon Area Community Coalition. If your organization would like to join us or a group of sponsors who make Panther sports possible, please contact Media is your local community access to locally sourced and informative programs. Our live streams and our programs on our YouTube channel. Visit our website for our program guide and more information on ocamedia.com. County, so watch and other OCA programs under demand on YouTube channels. Visit us on our website as much as possible. We also broadcast a lot of local media type of activities. We got Oregon Live, Oregon Minute, which is a little bit longer than a minute, but it highlights some community members, people in the area that have unique histories and unique activities that they contribute. We'll also cover some community interviews that we've done as well. So keep a look at those. Sometimes you might have missed them. I certainly have. Go back and look at the previous broadcasts. It's a great way to keep keep contact what's going on in your community, but also the key players within your village as well. We also like to realize that our sponsorship is really critical to us. Our funding is very limited. We do get great support from the village. We also get great support from the town of Oregon, as well as a few other ones. But the rest of our support is from our proud sponsors that keep us going and keeping our staff and our technology floating. So we got an awesome staff. It's wonderful that covers this camera work, ends up covering our audio visual, does the recordings, the rebroadcasting, editing, and bring to you some really quality video content. So check it out, as I said, from our website, ocamedia.com, and our YouTube channel as well. Our viewership is pretty proud. We actually do real well compared to the other viewers, the other public access cable channels in the area. So see what kind of content we do provide and wonderful interviews that we do have. Oregon's has a lot of great things going on. School has just started off, so it's pretty awesome to put their school facilities back into use once again. And got some great assets that we have in our buildings. With some of the developments that occurred in the last couple of years, we've been able to improve our facilities and be more efficient. Our supervisor, Parisi, ended up visiting the school board this last week and talked about the wonderful things that the county or the village is doing in the school district about energy efficiencies and using some technologies, solar panels, as well as our Forest Edge School, which is a net school, the first net zero school of energy within the state of Wisconsin. So check out those broadcasts. Go back to these meetings and find out more about what the Village of Oregon is doing. We're getting down to the last 28 seconds and ready to kick off this competition as we end up having the Baraboo Thunderbirds are out practicing their serves. The Oregon Panthers are getting lined up. Michael Stapleton will be doing the announcing of the players and covering some of their overall introductions overall. So I haven't paid attention to what the game's history has been. Maybe I should look in Michael's books themselves, but I know they've had some close competitions in the last couple of competitions and this last couple of weeks, and we're glad to have them back home and bring you these games. And we're getting lined up. Players are getting lined up, and we are going to start off with the national anthem. Listen to Mike as he announces.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oregon High School for tonight's Girls Conference Volleyball game. Please welcome our visitors, the Baraboo Thunderbirds, and your Oregon Panthers! Baraboo High School, Oregon High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators in education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner.
Wonderful, wonderful rendition. Pretty good fans here from Oregon Panthers. We even have the pom-pom squad out tonight. We're pleased to see that filling the stadium this evening. We'll check out and see who's on the starting lineup for the Oregon Panthers, and see who are going to be the players that we're going to take on from the Baraboo Thunderbirds overall. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors at the Baraboo. Only one junior, so a little bit upperclassmen heavy. I do recall some of these Oregon Panther players from last year.
And now, here are your starting lineups. First for the visitors for Baraboo. Number 1, Addison Cole. Number 2, Jaden Ross. Number 7, Katie Peterson. Number 8, Olivia Kolar. Number 15, Isabel Meyer. Number 16, Sarah Kalachak. And at libero, number 0, Kate Lewis. Baraboo is coached by Yvette Upton. And now, for your Oregon Panthers! Number 2, Coco Barnett! Number 4, Maggie Number 9, Sarah Jackson! Number 10, McKenna Gallo! Number 11, Hannah Uncle! Number 15, Sophie Side! And at libero, number 7, Greta Schreiber! The Panthers are coached by Jennifer Miller.
And we start the competition. Thank you, Mike, for your strong announcements. Hey, welcome the players. Get them on the court, and let's start this competition off. See how Panthers can pull this together. As I mentioned, looked like the starting lineup consists of 2 seniors, and they have a sophomore that's also playing out there. Libero is a senior as well. So see what Oregon staff can do. So we got Coco was a senior, as well as Maggie Ast, and Sarah and Hannah Council. So on the court this evening is Greta as a libero, a sophomore. And they're lining up, checking the lineups. Hannah's up for serve. Oregon's got the serve. Long serve, tough pass, and gets over the net. Nice back set off to Coco, and Coco gets a point. So Oregon's on the score first. Hannah on that serve once again for our second point. Pretty good pass. Up for 2 blocks, clear through it. A free ball. Get up in the pass, double block. High over the block. Back set once again. And once again, ace. Coco brings it in for the second point for Oregon. Hannah's back in the serve for it. Eyeing up for the third point. Kind of a lofty serve. A little trouble for the Thunderbirds. Nice pass through the middle. From the outside, deep, and it's going to be out of play. Oregon's on the board once again for the fourth. I do a sound check there.
Yeah, hi. How do I sound? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome, awesome.
Welcome, Michael.
Oh, and a big ace by
Nice.
Hannah Council. Panthers out to an early lead here. Thanks for welcoming me back, Mark. This is Mike Stapleman. I was the guy down on the floor doing the intros right before the game. But thankfully, we had someone up here minding the shop, ready to get us started for this little bit of a late start tonight at Oregon High School.
Just covering some of the sponsorship, so that's what we're doing. There we go. Oregon continues.
And then I had some kind of pregame stuff that I forgot to leave for you. So did we recap standings at all?
We did not. I was looking
Awesome.
forward to you to cover that for me.
Early here, 5 against the Baraboo Thunderbirds in set number 1. Quick season recap. Oh, and the Thunderbirds get on the scoreboard. Quick season recap. Panthers are off to a really good start so far this year. They've played in a number of tournaments and have done really well in their early conference matchups. They come in at 10-5 overall. I actually thought they were 11-5. So I'll talk with the coach after. Have them at 10-5, and they're 2-1 in conference. That's a really good start. That's about half of last year's win total, a third of the way through the season. So really good start. Baraboo comes in at 8-19, 1-2 in conference. I'm thinking they must have played in big tournaments just about every Saturday of the season so far. So they've got a lot of game reps. I wasn't able to see what kind of competition they were playing in those tournaments, but been a little bit slower of a start for the Thunderbirds. And then a quick recap of each team's last game. Baraboo comes in off a 3-0 loss. They hosted Mount Horeb, and the Panthers won in their last match 3-0 against Portage.
Thank you for that update. I appreciate that. Oregon's still going strong here.
Yeah.
With an 8-1 lead.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is a team that so far this year has been a little streaky with the energy. And they definitely, in most of the tournaments I've gone to see them play, they've had to fight from behind in a lot of matches. And so being up 8-2 is, not a super common event for them. It'll be interesting to see how they handle it. Of course, never bad to be up 8-2.
A little touch at the net. Nice.
And that one's over. McKenna Carroll, she's really aggressive in the middle. She definitely goes up. I think she's leading the team in blocks so far this year, and that mentality is part of what helps her get there. If I was making a joke the other game I was at, don't overpass if McKenna's in the front row, because she'll try to put it right through your face.
Some really good serving by Oregon.
Oh,
Very nice. Block.
yep. Greta Shriver, sophomore libero, back to serve. Interesting team this year. We've got a fair number of seniors, and we've got some folks who have been on varsity a lot. Oh, nice swing. Coco Barnett with the nice swing from the opposite. Baraboo takes their first time out of set number 1. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but our cheer squad is here, I think, unless they left.
The pom-pom squad, they were...
Yeah. Oh, here they go.
They're coming out.
So I know they were excited to find opportunities to come out and cheer on the volleyball team, and so it's nice to see them here tonight.
A good crowd for the students.
Yep, students showed up. Let's see. I also know that tonight is, I think it's called Strikeout Hunger Night. Hold on, I took a picture of it on my way in. Blackout Hunger. So September is Hunger Awareness Month. Food insecurity in the U.S. has soared since the COVID-19 pandemic. No community is immune. In 2021, 53 million people have turned to food banks. and community programs for help putting food on the table.
That's
So-
absolutely true. Oregon has a really wonderful food pantry, and they've done a great job for the last couple of years. And it's amazing how much of a need is in the local community. So support the food needs.
And so each of the teams is doing a little competition tonight and try to get their friends and family and fans to each bring in some dry goods, canned goods. Whoa, nice swing by Baraboo.
Nice attack. Oregon wasn't able to close up that block.
But bringing in donations that I believe they'll be driving over to the Oregon Food Pantry tomorrow morning. And that's one of the things I love about this team is they're really interested in community service and giving back to the community. So I was excited to see that the Panthers were able to bring that back this year. Oh, good eye and good up. Sophie with the tip, but not able to get it to drop. Coco with the big looping swing that wanders its way out of bounds. But that was a really good play. I think that was Sarah Janicek in the back row, was able to keep her eye on that ball and saw that it was going to dribble over the net. And a nice pass. Sophie Sy puts that one down.
Nice attack on that ball. Good eye, swing right on it to get past that middle block.
Yep. All right, these might be the first subs of the match. The Panthers are running a 6-2 this year. So Coco Barnett makes way for Ava Skripka, our setter. And Maya Rudy subs in for Hannah Council. So as Hannah rotates into the front row, they sub her out for a hitter and put another setter into the back row. And there we go, Sophie Sy with another swing out of the middle. So Sophie was one of the starting middles last year as a freshman. So she's back as a sophomore. 2 sophomores on varsity this year. Greta, the libero, and Sophie. And in the off season, they transitioned, in preseason, they transitioned Sophie into, I believe, our right side. Oh, nice swing by Baraboo. Ava Skripka not able to get the pass up. But then when Maggie Templeton, senior middle, has been out with, I believe, a concussion for quite a bit of the season, Sophie has had to transition back to middle. But we've got some hitters that are just so versatile, had a lot of success. And leads to lineups where we've got, Sophie blocking next to Coco, and Coco blocking next to McKenna Carroll. And I know that's going to wear out hitters this year.
Sophie kind of rolled that one over the top of that block and put it in a void.
Yep. Yeah, you don't need to hit it hard if you can put it where they're not. Another thing I noticed as I was kind of running up here, feels like the up ref has been pretty tight on the double calls so far. I know they had a couple that were a little sloppy on the Baraboo side that didn't immediately jump out to me as, man, you got to blow that dead. So we'll see if they stay tight.
Did see a hand signal from the lower ref, so I think he was also suggesting keep an eye on that doubles.
Maya with the swing, not able to put it away. Nope, and that one went outside the antenna.
That
So
set
that's
was
out.
really low and pretty tight, made it difficult to attack.
Yeah, absolutely. Panthers out to a pretty big lead here in set number 1, 16-6.
Did not cross the tape. They continue on.
I think Sophie is definitely one of the most consistent servers on the Panthers, but not just consistent. I think it's also really aggressive. She picks her spots well and puts it in a spot that's tough for the other team to get. Whoa! Oh, so the Panthers hit it out of bounds, but unfortunately Baraboo is in the net. Unfortunately for Baraboo, Baraboo is in the net, and they'll give the point to the Panthers. And Baraboo will use their second timeout of set number 1.
So where are the tournaments that they've played this year?
Yeah, they played at Reedsburg tournament, and then this last weekend they were in Middleton, and they played against some pretty good competition. I know they played well, Middleton was there, and they hosted, and they've always got a team that looks like they're about ready to play D3 college some years. And then they played Aquinas out of La Crosse. They beat Madison Memorial. They played Madison West for what felt like the third time this year. Panthers did really well. I think they came out of that tournament with a 4-2 record on the day. Played
That
really.
is some tough competition. I'm very familiar with what Middleton brings to it, but you bring Aquinas in from La Crosse area.
So there was some good volleyball going on that weekend.
That's a great opportunity for them to really polish their skills when you end up playing multiple teams and you end up having multiple times getting on the court. That's awesome.
And I know the Panthers took that opportunity to play with some different lineups and get some girls, you know, a bit more run at some spots and prepare for later in the season when, you know, maybe something comes up. So it was a good opportunity.
Great for the coach to see the players playing different positions as well.
Oh, swing by Baraboo goes long. Be another point for the Panthers.
Baraboo attacker had to move in, makes it more difficult to bring it down versus on the line.
Oh, and that was actually something I saw a lot at the Middleton tournament. I think the servers were trying to target short zone 2, and that can be a tough spot to get. So taking a look at our Panther calendar, the next home game will be Thursday the 22nd versus Mount Horeb. So if you didn't have plans next Thursday, now you do. Come out and watch these Panthers play. Oh, little miscommunication. Sarah Janacek didn't know that was hers. Panthers didn't even send over a free ball. And then on Saturday the 24th, Panthers will be playing in the tournament at Monona Grove. Feels like that's a good challenging weekend every year. And then Thursday the 29th, they'll be on the road at Monroe. And those are our next few matches. Oh, nice swing by Sarah. Brought back by Baraboo.
Oh, very
what a play.
nice.
Back row attack. And long.
For a nice volley, that's a tough end.
I think Coach Jen has a question. She wants to talk to the referee about that. Or the down ref. I feel like that rule might have changed recently about whether you can go around the pole and bring it back. But you know what? The referees on the floor are the ones we got tonight. So if they say that's good, it counts.
Yes, it does. It's going to be Oregon's ball for a double.
Yep.
So the down ref ended up calling that double.
And that's definitely not one, again, I wasn't watching the setter that closely because I thought the Panthers were a little discombobulated, but definitely didn't jump out of the side of my eye as, man, that's got to be a double. So tight crowd. And now we switch the setters again. Hannah Council rotates into the back row to serve. Ava Skripka takes a seat along with Maya Rudy. And Coco Barnett is back up in the front left. And let me tell you what, that's a big block. McKenna Carroll and Coco Barnett next to each other. Nice serve by Hannah Council. Oh.
Off the block, tough to recover from.
Yep, Janacek and Carroll were up there. Not able to square it up and then put it in a spot where Hannah Council wasn't able to get a hand on it. Nice pass by Janacek. Set the middle. Doesn't get over the net. No block touch.
It was kind of a low set, kind of more of a drive, so a little difficult to get in the middle spot.
Panthers have really, another thing I really love about these setters is they're really aggressive and they're not afraid to set any hitter at any time. But they've also been kind of struggling to find that rhythm with the middles on some of these quick attacks.
Those are difficult to kind of set up. You got to get familiar with it. And sometimes with a bad pass, it makes it even more difficult. You have to change it up. But the back sets have been pretty powerful. give them an advantage. They started off with several of them to be able to make sets. So Sarah did a really nice job, or actually Coco was the one who was getting the first couple of attacks in.
Yeah. One, it's another interesting thing. Coco is an opposite and is one of the, more consistent attackers on the Panthers, and you don't always see that. A lot of times your outside is your primary target, but you look at a team that's got Sophie hitting out of the middle, Sarah Janacek hitting as your outside, and Coco Barnett is your opposite. And it's like, how do you know where they're going to set? And then you've got two setters that will take a 2-ball and try a really aggressive set out of it. So I wouldn't want to try to block against this team. All right, Panthers up 20-12 here in this first set. Definitely feels like nice swing. Baraboo had gotten into a little bit of a groove, got a few points in a row and slowed down the Panther train, but with that hit, Panthers get the point back, get the serve back, and Sarah Janacek back to serve.
Certainly a strong hit. She had to move inside a little bit, but it was able to drive it hard.
Oh,
another great serve.
Yep, ace by Sarah.
Great to see the crowd out tonight.
Yeah. Oh, another nice serve. Picked up well by Greta. Oh, tough spot. Ast able to punch it over. Set her out, but Greta's got good hands. Coco Barnett puts it away.
Nice change up.
Yep.
You get a pass like that, you have to take a change on it. Change the setter.
Yep. I know another thing the Panther hitters have been looking to do is really change up their attack location. We've got a couple of hitters, and maybe this is true of every hitter. Oh, there it is.
Beautiful.
Coco Barnett has been working on that line shot, and let me tell you what, that is going to be free points. And then when they rotate over and start guarding that line, she's going to go hard cross and get this crowd really pumped up. Set point for the Panthers. But the hitters have really been working on their locations and, trying to figure out when can they cut, when can they hit a line shot.
Nice angle shots. Confidently brought this one into a win. 25-12 for the Oregon Panthers to finish up that first set.
If your organization would like to join our group of sponsors whose donations help make Panther sports possible, please contact Paul at ocamedia.com. Well, that was definitely an interesting first set. Panthers, not something we've seen them do much this year. They jumped out to a really big lead. I think it was 8-2 or 10-2 at one point. And then, it's not that they traded points, but they definitely would have been hard to keep that pace up for a full set. 25-12, nothing to sneeze at. I think the defense played well, but Baraboo didn't have too many, kind of true attacks. Weren't really pressuring that back line.
There's some really pretty strong attacks, some really strong drives that really tough for Baraboo to pick up on. But certainly you start off with that kind of serving offense, you're going to end up putting them on their heels and really putting behind themselves to try to catch up on them.
Actually, something interesting I just noticed is I think there are five underclassmen on Baraboo's varsity team. They've got one freshman and then 1, 2, 3, 4 sophomores, and a handful of them start. So, it's a young team. Panthers don't have any freshmen on varsity this year, and just the 2 sophomores, Greta and Sophie.
And they ended up starting off with 3 of their seniors, but one of their sophomores, actually their seniors, a libero. So it all comes around to that experience, getting familiar with each other's players. Just a little reflection from last year. It seems like at least this time of year, Oregon's been playing really well together.
Yeah.
They certainly good attacks. If I recall, last year was a little bit of serving challenges, and when you get behind on serves, it puts you in a little more intensity to try to make it up.
Yep.
They did a really good job with that overall. and being ready for the net. So that we had that tape serve on that one, ready to pick up on it right away. There's been other ones that are just free floaters, and the players are ready for it. So their attention is there. And was only possibly one that was inattentive side out.
One of the things I'll be looking for out of the Panthers is just, do they stay focused? I think at times we're kind of in cruise control in set number one. And I think, Coach Grokey's really looking for a team that doesn't take the foot off the gas. Keep pushing and let's get out of here.
So again, we would like to thank our sponsors, Bill's Food Center and Stoughton Health, as well as the Oregon Athletic Boosters. Join the team today and help support the student athletes. Also, the Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. Oregon cares.
And I think they've got a couple of billboards on your way into town, if I have it right.
That is correct. That is true.
All right, Baraboo will start with the serve here in set number two. Doesn't look like any changes out of the starting lineup. Panthers will roll out the same team that started set number one. Whoops.
Little communication and then a shanked ball.
I don't know if that one would have been in or out. You definitely don't want to be that indecisive on serve receive. Does a good job serving to a seam instead of to a player. That one's out.
Good communication.
All right, Sarah Janicek back to serve. She was really putting some pressure on that Thunderbird back line with her serves in set number one. Oh, that one's over. Yep. I told you what would happen. Do not give McKenna Carroll an inch, because she is going to try to put that down at the 10-foot line. Oh, and I know another thing. Jen has been trying to get her middles. Well, anyone who's jousting, go up with two hands and swipe. And I think McKenna likes to go up and swing.
Oh, tape.
Oh.
That was coming hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Carroll got a hand on it, but that didn't even slow it down that much. That was still moving pretty good once it got to the back row. Tied up at 2. Baraboo with the serve. Oh, good
Nice
hustle out of
drive.
Baraboo.
Nice driving hit.
Yep, nice swing by Maggie Ast. We have our libero exchange, so Sophie Sy rotates in for McKenna Carroll. Greta Shriver back to serve. Greta dropped that one short and passed over and out of bounds by Baraboo. Really changing location and driving hard to, is that zone 125? Oh, Janicek with the back row attack, but not able to get it over the net.
Strong serve.
Yeah. Well, it put Coco a little bit out of her approach, but still able to put it into a tough spot for the Baraboo defense.
What she could do is really drive on it, so keep her feet on the ground and just drive it to a difficult position, which paid out because Baraboo could not return it.
Whoa!
Over the top.
Eva Skripka back to serve. It's nice to see Maya Rudy get in and get some swings. She has been one of the most consistent and best attitudes. Oh, in the net again by Baraboo. Maya Rudy has definitely been bringing the attitude from the bench. And Saturday was a long day. And I think Maya stayed positive and was, still doing the cheers and the dances. Even, oh, nice block.
Beautiful.
Maya Rudy and Sophie Sy sending it back. But on a team that's even really focused and paying attention to their goal, you need someone who's going to bring a little silliness and bring that energy. Oh,
That's what's fun about women's volleyball. It seems like they're always cheerful and enthusiastic.
yep.
No matter where you're at, if you're challenged into your competition.
Oh man,
Tight.
served that spot twice. Almost got a second ace out of it. Whoa, nice line shot, but well picked up by the libero. Nice swing by Baraboo. Definite miscommunication on the Panther sidelines. Sarah Janacek able to bring that one back. Scramble drill, Panthers send it back. Baraboo able to get the pass up and turn it into an attack, set her out. 2 free balls in a row by the Panthers.
And a big run.
That's a
It's
left.
alive.
Boy, and that can be so tough on the Baraboo side. Playing hard on a long rally like that, and then, getting stuffed on a free ball swing.
Really good net play.
Oh, good up by Greta. Maya not able to really drive that. Oh. I don't know why that wasn't a 2. Set her out again. Maya with the nice spot. Baraboo able to get it up.
And another block. It's alive.
That's a lift. What a point.
Big
Tough
tip.
set.
Big volley. Middle. And it off the
Baraboo
touch of
comes
the
away
block.
with the point. The setter is putting her middle in really tough spots by setting the middle right on the net, right where Sophie or McKenna Carroll can get up there and really challenge it. But able to get that one over the block, and then Panthers not able to pass it up. Big point for Baraboo. And good hustle by both sides. Oh, I think Sophie tipped that one with her left hand.
And a middle shot. And a net.
Yep.
Oh, those are tough on a big volley.
Yep. It was would have been a kill either way. Ast was able to put it off the floor and almost out the door. Panthers up 11-4 here in set number 2. If you're just joining us, the Oregon Panthers are hosting the Baraboo Thunderbirds tonight. Panthers took set number 1, 25-12.
They started off really strong. They're up like 10-2 or so.
Yep.
Baraboo came back and closed up the gap a little bit, but Oregon finished strong. And Oregon's taking these long volleys, and they continue to win quite a few of them. They put them at a 6-point differential.
Tough play. Oh, way to stick with it by Baraboo. And then I missed a sub on the Panther side. Looks like we subbed Maggie Ast out of the back row with Ava Gerlach-Schwartz, number 3, one of our DSs. Oh, Janacek unloaded on that one, unfortunately right into the net. Baraboo pulls within 4, 11-7. So Ava Skripka, number 5, is in, setting for the Panthers. And I got to see a picture of her donation for the food drive tonight. Was apparently a gallon of baked beans and then multiple cans of beans. And I don't know if it's her favorite food, something she just needs to keep on hand. But I do know that's a good dry good donation.
And Oregon takes the ball once again.
And Jen teed me up with a bunch of bean puns as Ava played tonight, but I think we're going to pass on those. Sophie Sy back to serve. Oh. Coach Grolke also told me that I needed to stop talking about who was serving consistently, because that is a great way to get someone to serve into the net, so I apologize for that, Sophie. Oh, nice pass. McKenna Carroll, oh, shoot. Almost with the dunk. Baraboo pulls to within 3. And this is a little bit what I was worried about. I mean, the Panthers are still up 3, but their playing seems a little less focused. Oh, Carroll with the tip.
That was a tough set, though. She
Yep.
really had to reach for it in order to do something with it. So, not really the way you want to attack it. It served out well because that little dink ended up landing in a void.
Yep. Hannah Council back to serve.
It's the third set over.
Yep.
Trying to try to catch him off guard, but Oregon's been keeping track of that pretty close.
Yeah, and Greta was able to get that one and play it with her hands, so was able to make it in a good pass up to her setter. Unfortunately, Carroll got a little underneath that set and sent it long for a point to Baraboo. Whoa. Go get it.
It's a tough spot to be able to land it in the court when you're that far outside of the net.
Yep. I feel like the Panthers are pressing a little bit right now. Coco with a line shot that goes long. Panthers kind of look stuck in the mud right now. There's some sand in the gears. Things aren't running as smooth as they were through most of set number 1 and the start of this set.
Maybe a little confidence, overconfident. Need to get back to their game that they're playing.
Yep.
Comes down to the core. Let's get some good passing.
Well, I think I've seen that happen with teams that, you know, if you have an easy set, it can be easy to lose your focus a little bit in the next set. Whoops. Had some confusion on the serve. Almost served with 7 on the court. All right, so Maggie Ast rotates back in, or subs back in for Ava Gerlach-Schwartz. Nice touch.
Good block.
Panthers got to send it over.
Oh, good court. That's the way to make it through.
Picked up by Janacek. I don't know how Council stayed out of the net. Big swing. Nice dig by Janacek.
And
And
another.
Barnett puts it down. You know, and sometimes it's about kind of the little things, like Barnett was able to hit that off the top of the block, and it just took enough off that the DS wasn't able to pass it out. Oof. Couple serves into the net here in set number 2. And like you and I were saying, it's tough to really run away when you're giving up the point and serve. Ooh.
Hannah wanted to try that. She's been watching it on the other side. Give her a chance.
Yep. Yep. Caught everyone kind of leaning back a bit on their heels, getting ready for a swing. Just dropped it right into that campfire. Whoa, good up by Baraboo. Greta almost with the ace.
Good touch. A little too wide right.
Yeah, and that was a tough play by Hannah because she had a libero sprawled in front of her, so wasn't able to get to her spot. Had to pass with her or set with her platform.
That's
No
a low
touch.
set, but I think that was the intent.
Yeah, and there was no touch. Hit out of bounds. Baraboo's pulled within one here in set number 2. Panthers up 16-15. Baraboo with the serve.
Pretty close to the line.
Coco
Nice
with the
move.
cut shot, picked up by Baraboo. Oh. I don't know how they've been calling twos all night and then don't call that. And
Quick
then
volley back, and Oregon comes up on top.
I have a feeling on that one that Coco just glanced across the net and saw that the defense was not set. And so like you were saying, she's got the skill and the height that she can just reach up and roll it over. Rolled it into an aggressive spot. Maya Rudy rotates into the front row and Ava Skripka into the back row to set. Oh.
That's a tough one.
Yep.
Enough taken off, hard to get back to. They're exchanging points now.
And I would say, you know, I'm not a volleyball expert, but if your set or dump is one hand block attacked back, you're maybe set or dumping too much.
Yes.
Maggie Astor with the big swing, gets
bounce.
stuck in the block. Baraboo did a good job stopping that ball, but they weren't pressed over. And so that ends up being a point for the Panthers. Baraboo showed good resiliency here in set number 2. Sticking with the Panthers. Maggie Ast with the serve. Oh,
Didn't make that
free ball opportunity, but was not able to pass it over.
3-point differential for Oregon.
So are you following the University of Wisconsin volleyball team this year, Mark?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Happened to be at the game when they recognized the national champions and all the rings that they distributed, so it was awesome.
Very nice.
Actually have Grace Loberg is announcing.
Yeah.
That's kind
Yeah.
of fun. Flipping channels. Nebraska lost last night. Was it last night? 2 nights ago to Stanford. So that's kind of an upset.
Stanford had quite the week. So they went into Minnesota, number 3 Minnesota, and they won. Then I think they went on the road to Penn State and lost. And then they beat Nebraska. So they beat number 3 and number 2.
That's right. It was quite a week.
Yeah, Stanford, I don't want to see them get good again. Big Badger game coming up tomorrow night.
That's right.
Trying to fill up the Kohl Center.
In red.
Yeah, so
Red it out.
that'll definitely be an interesting experience.
Trying to hit some record numbers.
Yep. After I think it was Nebraska and Creighton just reset their own record. So we'll see.
Well, it's pretty awesome when you really look at some of those college players and you realize that those are high school players that are a year or two old. You
Yep.
start thinking about that going, pretty amazing what they can do.
Yeah.
And the heights is just incredible, but you compare how they serve and aggressive serves, and so it's certainly fun.
Boy, I love watching the Panthers, and I'm a big Panther fan. But then you saw some of these teams at that Middleton tournament, and you wonder, where are they finding their 6'1" outsides?
Pulled them off the basketball court.
All right. So we're getting late here in set number 2. Your Panthers are currently up 20-16 on the Baraboo Thunderbirds. Panthers are up 1-0. As a reminder, we play best of 5, so first to 3 wins. And if we have to go to a 5th set, and knock on wood, hopefully we don't this evening, if we go to a 5th set, then you only play to 15.
That also challenges the team because that's a whole different game when you end up 15 points. It goes quickly.
Oh, caught Maggie Ast way deep in middle back.
Got to keep moving your feet around and always be ready for those.
Yep. Ava Gerlach-Schwartz will sub in to replace Maggie Ast. Ball finds the new player. Welcome to the court. Here's the serve. Sarah Janacek puts it down. I know the girls got that drilled into them at the tournament a couple of times. Get your foot to the line.
Is that right?
Yep.
They were looking closely, weren't they? Great attack, though. Definitely was.
Yep. Definitely challenged that back line. Get over. That's on the line.
Yes, it is.
Sophie Sy with another ace.
5-point differential.
Yeah, and the Panthers pulling away here at the end of, near the end of set number 2.
So what you're talking about is that digging through to the end, carrying it all the way to the end. And it's good to learn what works and doesn't.
Yeah, and that could be a rally, you know, coming back for that third or fourth, you know, dig and set and attack in a rally. That could be in a set, like here in set number 2. Don't take your foot off the gas now that it's 22-18. And then at the end of a match, end of a tournament.
Absolutely. And you had talked about that last year, about aggressive serving, when you end up doing that, and when you to make it easy. You know, in some cases, believe the coaching approach is be aggressive about it.
Yep. Whoa. That pass kind of ate up Ava a little bit. Her serve, I mean. Oh. And McKenna blocks another. I don't know if it's officially a set or dump if you pass it. That's another interesting thing that I had never really thought about. But that setter had her back to the net and then just passed it over her head. And Jen was telling some of the girls on free balls at the tournament this past weekend, don't do that because you don't know what's going on behind you. And they've got tall middles that can jump through the roof. You got to turn your body so you can follow it over your shoulder and make sure you're not just putting it right into the wall.
Catch your eyes on what your competition, what they're doing.
Oh, nice get by Greta. Sarah Janacek puts that down on the line. What a swing.
Beautiful.
And that'll bring up set point for set number 2. Hannah Council back to serve.
And the Oregon fans are standing up.
And
At least the parents are.
New thing they adapted for this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice swing. Put into kind of a tough spot for Coco, and she ended up reaching for it, getting underneath that ball. I think you do see that sometimes out of Coco, where she ends up either waiting for the ball or reaching straight up or back for the ball. And when she is chasing the ball, she gets some of those resounding kills. She's just got to figure out how to stay behind it.
That's a net.
Oh, yep.
That's a tough one to end on a set.
Yep.
But that makes the set. Oregon Panthers pull off the second.
25-19. OCA Media is your local community access television station. We broadcast locally sourced, entertaining, and informative programs on Charter and TDS Cable. Check out our live streams and archive programs on our YouTube channel. Visit our website for our program guide and more information. www.ocamedia.com. OCA Media broadcasting communities throughout Dane County. You can watch this and other OCA programs on demand on our YouTube channel. Visit ocamedia.com for more information.
This game is brought to you with generous support of our sponsors, Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Join our team today. Help support your student athletes. And the Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. Oregon Cares. Certainly check out our YouTube channel. OCA Media's got a quite breadth of videos available to you. Certainly the community activities, the school board meetings as well as the village board meetings, on top of entertainment activities. And check out the Oregon Minute, as well as some Oregon Life. Some great video content of the community members not only leaders as well as just those common folk that are doing great things within the community. So check out ocmmedia.com and check out our YouTube channel.
It'll be interesting to see after 25-12 and 25-19. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Grokey changes up the lineup at all for set number 3, or says, you know what, here's the starting lineup that got us where we need to go. Let's roll that out again.
They seem to be playing really well, but I was quite surprised when you were talking about the record so far, because I didn't realize they played as much of the volleyball this year. But
Yeah.
2-1 in the conference, but 10-5 overall.
Yeah. Well, then you see some of these teams. I mean, some of the teams, I feel like a couple of weeks ago were already at 20-plus games. So they must be, you know, I guess you can really rack up some games if you go to a big tournament on a weekend. Panthers have only played in 2, I think, that I remember. Reedsburg and Middleton. I might have missed one.
Well, I think it's showing that they are playing well together. But obviously, they played saw them last year, and they got a couple of years together. So it's really nice to have some of that setting coordination with the hitters. Like you're saying, there's a couple of really strong ones. Coco's doing an awesome job. Sarah's doing a great job. And having that communication is such a strength. And you'll find that many teams that ends up having that kind of bond does develop well together.
It's going to be a very busy senior night this year. Coco, Ava, Maggie, Maggie Aston, Maggie Templeton, Sarah Janacek, and Hannah Council. And then our foreign exchange student, Naira, who hasn't gotten in tonight, but we have seen her at several of the other matches. So we will definitely be saying goodbye to a lot of girls who are going to have left their mark on Panther volleyball by the end of this season.
Puts a little burden on some of those younger players to be able to step up.
Yep.
But they have the opportunity to learn from these others and develop a leadership in the future.
So Hannah Council with an aggressive serve to start set number 3. And they say that one does not make it over the net for a block touch. And that'll be a point for the Panthers. Yeah, and then you've got Sophie Tsai, you know, was a varsity starter as a freshman, or varsity player as a freshman. Another aggressive, oh, there it is. Another aggressive serve. Puts the passer in a tough spot, and McKenna Carroll checked the floor for dents after that one.
She took the bait and returned.
And let's see if Hannah Council drops another float set right over the net. Yep.
And she does.
Free ball returned by Baraboo. Ball outside for Sarah, and she finds the line.
Nice angle. Get around the block and put it in front of the back row players.
Yep. Yep, and I don't know. I need to learn more about rotational defense, perimeter defense. It's hard for me to spot, you know, was that someone out of position or was that a really canny hit? But either way, it found the floor. Another great serve and an ace. Panthers out to an early 4-0 lead.
Attribute a lot of that to the serving, though.
Yep.
A little confusion on the Baraboo.
That one passed over, but out of bounds.
Good eye on it. It's a great way to keep an eye on it. Watch that line, just like you were saying. Foot on the line.
And what's interesting is Baraboo has not changed their serve-receive alignment. And there, she does change where she, oh, some confusion on Baraboo. Free ball over.
A floating attack.
Yeah. Set her out. Oh.
No touch. I was wondering if you got a touch.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising there wasn't a touch there, but. I have a dumb question. If Coco had hit that ball into the net, I know that if you're up to block and they hit the ball into the net and that pushes the net into you, that's not a net touch.
No, it's not.
If they hit the ball into the net and then the ball pushes the net into you, is that a touch or is it not because it's in the net?
So
I'm guessing it would not be a touch
I don't think so.
because it has to go over the net, I'm guessing.
Correct.
Has to be on the other side. Let me tell you what, Coach Jen loves when I ask questions like that, especially in the middle of a really intense match. So thanks for indulging me. Ball passed out of bounds by Baraboo. Panthers with the lead 7-1. This looks
Ooh, man.
this
Nice
looks
ace.
more like set number 1 than set number 2 so far. And I can't tell if, I mean, you only get 2 timeouts, but I can't tell if the Baraboo coach is, giving her team some tough love of, all right, leaders, go figure out how to get us on track here. Pushed into the deep corner. Janacek able to get there. Panthers had run the tandem. Passed up by Hannah Council. Sarah
Back row.
Janacek with the back row attack. Getting to show off her hops a little bit. Dumped over. Hannah
Nice.
Council sets up our net. Dug by the libero, brought back by Baraboo. They send it deep. Maggie Ast swings for that deep corner, picked up by the DS. Oh, nice dig.
Keeping it alive.
Yeah, punched over by Ast on that one. Good up. Both teams playing some good volleyball. Greta got in kind of a weird position and not able to get up and get her hands on that one.
Knew it was going to be inbound, so needed to reach for it, but not able to get a good grasp on it.
Yep.
Hannah's done a nice job setting it. Some of the tough passes were there, but she's still getting her hands dropped into it, be able to get the ball up in the air for the attacks. But Baraboo did not give in. They kept going
Nope.
for everything. Kept bringing it, dumping it back to the Panthers.
All right, Sarah Janacek has been subbed out of the back row for Brooke Bastion, number 8. First time we get to see Brooke tonight. And like I said, at set number 2, the ball finds the new player. Welcome to the match. Here's a serve. Brooke is able to pass it up, but not to her setter. And then the Panthers are not able to send it over on 3. Baraboo pulls within 5 here in set number 3, 8-3. Oh!
As you drop that low for a set, you end up having to pop it up a little bit higher.
Yep.
It was a tough one to be able to get to in a middle hit.
Yep. Yep, tough assignment for McKenna. She was able to get a swing out of it, but it wasn't elevated enough to get over the net. McKenna gives way for Sophie Sy. Greta Shriver back to serve. Panthers up 5. Oh,
That's a nice move.
yep,
It's a way to keep an eye on the ball. Take advantage of that.
yep. Get up with 2 hands. Push it left or right. Coco's really good at that one.
Like I said, that's a really opportunity to look around and place it in a spot. So sometimes you do have to slide it.
Yep. Greta with the serve into the net, gives the ball back to Baraboo, and they serve down 5. Whoa.
That's a free ball. That's a nice
Able
try.
to take a swing out of it. Oh, and that one does not make it over the net.
Did a nice job driving it to the back. Sometimes you'll find, I think I've seen some of this in college, they like to roll it over to the top and try to drop it in the middle. It makes it more difficult to set. But another option is pushing it all the way back, and I think it works really well. Get the defense player back.
All right, and we do have another sub. Ava Skripka rotates into the back row to set again in our 6-2. And then Naira, our foreign exchange student from Spain, has rotated into the front and will take some swings. There it is.
That is. And
Hey!
she gets it right.
Found the kill. Panthers have, in the last several years, have welcomed several foreign exchange students onto the team, and it's always nice to, give them an opportunity to kind of quick start a community here in the U.S., but then also add a little additional culture and teach the girls a little bit more about a different culture. So they definitely welcome Naira to the team. Oh, nice pass. Oh, that one would have been out.
They took the reach.
Yep. Sarah Janicek will rotate in to replace Brooke. Maggie Ass back to serve. Free ball coming over. Baraboo's in the net again.
Ah, those do hurt.
Yeah,
Start that up.
they've definitely got a couple frontline players who are ready to be aggressive, but just are not finding the right, I think it's, you know, the right spacing with their feet, so then when they go to reach, they're just reaching right into the net. Maggie Ast with another tough serve. That's going to move the setter.
Good eye, that's the way to watch it.
Yep.
Moving that 9-point differential, Oregon up 15-6.
All of a sudden, I looked back up and they pushed the lead to 9. Get there. Another tough serve by Maggie. Good pass. Back row attack coming.
And
That's
it's
a touch.
Oregon's got everything together right now. Nice serving to put an aggressive nature for their defense.
Yep. Referees did not see the same thing, but they conferred and got it figured out. And that was clearly a touch, so I'm glad they got that call. Ooh, kind of a tough spot. You know, and there are some hitters who the ball doesn't come off of their hand quite how you expect, and it's almost like a changeup, where maybe you're expecting a big hard hit, and then it just kind of dribbles over the net and puts you in a tough spot. Oh!
That's a unique experience. Can't do much with those when it runs down the tape like that.
Nope. Nope. Sophie definitely put a charge into the ball, but then the block was there to put it back. Try it again. Oh, behind her head.
And it's trouble.
Yep, Baraboo able to get it up.
Oh, nice pass. Really helps the setter to set it up for that middle attack.
Yep.
Only one block.
Yep.
Makes it easy to put down.
And that was not the, you know, the most thunderous, resounding kill that Sophie has ever had, but there was no chance for someone on Baraboo to get that ball up. She put it far away from the defense, right where she wanted it, heading out of bounds. It's a nice swing.
And a strong
Ace.
attack.
All right, I think that's Baraboo's first time out of the match. Panthers up 18-8, up by 10 here in set number 3, with a 2-0 lead on the Thunderbirds.
Panthers are looking really good. And they had a little bit of that confusion, a little time for a little bit of it, but also like to recognize that if you're interested in supporting any of these productions, like Panther soccer, volleyball, basketball, contact us. We are a nonprofit organization. We're willing to help and want to get your name out in the video as in the audio. So contact Paul at ocamedia.com for more information. Certainly visit our website, ocamedia.com. You'll find some good information. And our YouTube channels. We are strong viewership because our content is high quality. So check us out, ocamedia.com.
We got a little bit of a late start tonight, but so far the Panthers have been taking care of business, so hopefully we'll be out of here on time. Panthers currently up 10, set number 3, 18-8. Coaching staff, a couple of new coaches on the staff for the Panthers. Both of their JV, I don't actually know the number, but the old freshman team. I don't know if that's JV1 or JV2. JV Orange and JV Black are both new coaches, and I think they've been a really good addition to this coaching staff. And then we've got Tyler has moved up to JV, and Chris, who's looking super sharp in the black with the black tie and the black shirt at the end of the bench, has moved up to be the varsity assistant. And that's an interesting match of personalities with Coach Grokey and Chris.
So there's actually 2 JV teams then, huh?
There's the kind of traditional JV, and then you've got 2 of the what would have been called the freshman teams.
I see.
JV Orange and JV Black. And I mean, you're seeing this everywhere, but girls volleyball is just exploding in popularity. There are so many kids who want to play. They say there's no touch by Baraboo on that one. Hannah Council disagrees, and at this point in set number 3, maybe you just let it go. Nice serve. Sarah Janchek swings out of the middle, but out of bounds. I know the Panthers have been looking to run that, where they give one of their outsides a swing in the middle of the net, and a couple of times it's been against a totally empty net. It's been some pretty big kills. Boy, this serve has challenged the Panthers. Oh, I hope Naira's okay.
Was it an ankle? Something on her wrist as well. Yeah, it was a tight position, and so it was really tough to get in there. But you're right. The serving is really put the Panthers back. They've lost a few points on it.
I wasn't paying attention. What was the call? Was it net on the Panthers?
Net. Yes.
Well, the serve does it again. Whoa, Ava
Nice
Skripka with an aggressive pass over. It's in.
She made something happen out of that. Well, that was not easy.
No.
You got to move your feet pretty quick and keep your eye on that post.
That was so this line judge initially called it out. I think she was predicting it was going to be out. From my point of view, it looked like it was inside the antenna, an illegal hit. It was a definite aggressive cut. Hard to find that angle and hard to keep it in. Naira figured it out.
That's a tough one to block too, because
Yeah.
hard to tell. You don't have a lot of space, and how do you reach for that?
No, and you don't see that swing in practice all that often. So Naira heads to the bench. Ava Skripka heads to the bench. Hannah Council and Coco Barnett are back. Hannah Council drops that serve in there. Wow.
And long. Break that 20-point mark.
If you are on social media, you should follow this team on Instagram. Wrong spot. But you can get updates on how the food drive went. OHS Panther VB.
I will do that right now, Mike.
They've been putting out a lot of content and trying to really engage with the community and get out and support the community. And it's,
that didn't work real well.
No, and there's definitely, I think this is a really supportive Panther team, and I've seen them pick each other up after tough plays. And I don't know that I'm seeing that on the Baraboo side of the net right now. It's tough to stay supportive down 22-13.
That's a net.
Now is McKenna Carroll in the net. That's another interesting thing that I don't know that I've ever seen on a volleyball court. 16 on Baraboo was bound and determined that wherever that ball went, she was going to be swinging on it.
There are times when you have to back off of what your first inclination is.
Oh, good get by Greta.
Still alive.
Sarah Janacek
Nice
finds
cross.
the floor.
I had the wrong one. So I got the basketball.
Oh. And that net serve found the middle of the net. Panthers currently up 23-15 here in set number 3. Brooke Bastian rotates into the back row to give Sarah Janacek a rest. Sarah Palachek from Baraboo back to serve. Greta tries to swing out of the back row, but not able to get it over. That will prolong set number 3.
Baraboo's struggling. They're just pushing it back.
Oh, yep. Here it is.
And she's there.
Oh.
Take advantage of the block.
Yep. Yep, and that was one that could have rolled along the tape, but instead ended up dribbling off for a point. Panthers. Match point coming up. Greta Shriver back to serve.
And a strong serve to finish
Yep.
that match off.
End it with an ace. And
Put them up with a 25-16 for the third set.
Yep. And the Panthers come up with another 3-0 sweep after sweeping Portage in their last match. Panthers move to either 11-5 or 12-5 on the season, depending on whether or not I missed a game somewhere along the way. I think the Panthers' service looked really good. I think the attack stayed aggressive. I think we both saw them lose a little bit of focus in set number 2, but it's good to see them come out and grab that in set number 3 and finish out the night strong.
They do a great job mixing up their attacks. So the back row attack, which is what they start off in the beginning of the first set, but they did some nice middle attacks as well, even with some tough passes. The sets were really there, and it makes a difference. You commented they got a really strong line, and so likewise, even their blocking that they can come up with quite a bit. So looked really well, doing awesome this year, and so looking forward to seeing them as they continue on, and follow them on Instagram.
Yep. And are taking a quick peek at the Panther calendar again. Next home game is Thursday, September 22nd versus Mount Horeb. Then Saturday, September 24th, you can visit Monona Grove and see them play in the Monona Grove tournament. And then Thursday, September 29th, they'll be on the road at Monroe.
Awesome.
Would like to say thank you for joining us for tonight's live stream on OCA Media Sports. We'd like to thank our sponsors who made this program possible. Bill's Food Center, Stoughton Health, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Join our team today and help support our student athletes. And by the Oregon Area Community Coalition. Parenting teens is hard. We're here to help. Oregon cares. On behalf of the OCA Media Sports production crew, thank you for watching Panther Volleyball on OCA Media Sports.
Look forward to seeing you next time.
Have a good night, everyone.